Hello, my name is Michael Savaggio. I'm the creator of a game called Time Hammer, which is also Time Hammer the Duel, and will be Time Hammer the 2 to 4 player game, which I haven't come up with a buzzword for it yet. So I'm trying to let you know what this game is about without you having to go off on your own. And here we go. Uh, it Within the rules there is different sections. Section 1 has the terms that are used in the rules and in the game. So this way you can look those up. Then there's the setup. Then there's the how to play section. Then there's the how to win section. And then the last section is essentially the active player's turn. Now, what is Time Hammer? Time Hammer it's a peculiar game. It is a card game, and it is a competitive game. Worker placement, some area control, and that if you control certain sections of the game, you actually get more powerful. Resource management is another thing. Then we have unique cards, which are called gadgets, that can do various things. And there is, of course, time travel. What's special about this particular form of time travel is time travelers actually cause disturbances in the time continuum, so to speak. And because of that, time itself is trying to wipe you out while you're trying to beat your opponent, which sometimes forces you to actually work together in order to keep from being annihilated, which is a curiosity. There is combat in the game, and because you're a time traveler, you actually know what your result is going to be before you commit to an attack. Unfortunately, the person you're fighting is also a time traveler, so you don't know what his stuff is going to do. So at least you know what you're going to do. And if the resources that you discover in that process suit you more, you can call off the attack and take those resources. Throughout the game, you're going to be acquiring a skill. So it's also the game is a race against time, so to speak. And in most cases, the game lasts 4 rounds, and at the end of the 4th round, you will determine who is furthest on the track, the skill track. You can also adjust the length of the game. Some people like to play the game longer. I like 4 rounds. Believe it or not, that's more than enough play. It's not that it's a long game. It's just that you develop very, very fast in this game. And things go up and down very fast. The buzz line of the game is jump into the chaos. Jumping is a term that's used to represent time travel when you're jumping from one time to another. And then, of course, chaos is essentially, this is primarily a tactical game, which means that you have to deal with the moment. Some people prefer strategic games where you have more agency over the results, but this is about handling chaos. And for the most part, you're responsible for that chaos anyway. So what do you expect? You can minimize it. You can mitigate it. There's options for mitigation. But the thing is, essentially, this particular version is a head-to-head, which is Time Hammer the Duel. It's a head-to-head game. And you have a Fido, which is a fetchable independent digital operative. He's an agent that you can send various locations and do things for you, as well as human agents and other bots. You also have gadgets. Like I mentioned, they're primarily one-shot experiences. Reminds me a little bit of Magic the Gathering. And also, the nice thing about the game is there are you can basically cash in your cards for whatever it is that you seem to be lacking. You're not just stuck with the hand that you're dealt. You can actually trash some cards and then go ahead and acquire the things that you need, such as an agent or an action or jamais. Jamais, as I understand, is a French word, which means it could never have happened or will never happen, which is essentially a reroll that allows you to force a redrawing of a random result. So The cards are multi-use, so each card has two random numbers on it. They're both D8s, eight-sided die results. So 12.5% chance of drawing it, that particular result. But at the same time, the stasis is 4 time hammers only, and its numbers and its letters are skewed, so it doesn't look like an D8 right off the bat. But the flux numbers do 0 to 7. That's good old fashioned D8. At combat is as much bluffing as it is determining whose muscles are bigger. The agents have various strengths and weaknesses, and the skew between them is no more than 2 points. So no matter how weak or how strong you are, you can still beat the strongest of the people that you're fighting. And there's a couple of other things, but essentially, this game has been heavily play tested. It works. It's fun. It has quarks in it, which allow, if you use them, it makes each round a unique round, in that it applies a game state that is going to be distinct for that particular round. So that breaks up things, and the game is very, very, well, it's like a tug of war. You're constantly fighting. There's 7 spaces you're fighting over. You have time hammers coming down, wiping your agents out and the other players' agents as well, otherwise known as your rival. And I said sometimes the two of you have to work together in order to survive, which is kind of funny, but that's the way it goes. So anyway, that's a little bit on what Time Hammer is about. So I don't know if this is going to help you much. The rules are on Board Game Geek, as well as Tabletopia, as well as what is that? The Game Crafter, where you can acquire this. I believe the retail right now is $29 plus shipping, so it won't break the bank. There you go. And I very much like this game. I think it's worthy. I've seen a lot of people introduced to it, and they like it. So I think this is the kind of game that I think a younger crowd will appreciate a little bit more than my generation. But again, I do. Anyway, I am Savage Game Designs, and this has been Time Hammer. I hope you enjoy it. Bye-bye.